President Trump tries for a Ukraine peace deal with a make-or-break meeting with President Putin ahead. It's Monday, the 11th of August, and this is what you need to know. For the first time since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, a US leader will be meeting with President Putin. President Trump and Putin will sit down together in Alaska at the end of the week, but the announcement has sparked a worried response from Ukraine and its European allies. Trump suggested an agreement could involve an exchange of lands, a line that Ukrainian President Zelensky has refused to cross. European leaders believe in continuing to apply economic pressure on Russia through sanctions in a way to shift Putin. Let's look at how that's affecting oil, our chart of the day. Prices continue to drop after its biggest weekly fall since the end of June. A peace deal with Ukraine could see the end of sanctions on supply from Russia, adding to potential glut worries at the end of this year. Traders may get further insight this week, with OPEC set to release its monthly oil report due tomorrow, alongside the EIA's short-term energy outlook. Fed Governor Michelle Bowman said that she favours 3 interest rate cuts this year. She urged her fellow policymakers to begin cutting rates when the Fed next meets in September, as recent weak labour market data has reinforced her dovish view. Bowman dissented in July in favour of her cuts and could soon be supported by others. 3 fellow policymakers also expressed concerns this past week after recent data showed a cooling in the labour markets. More data hurdles for the US Central Bank this week. Tuesday sees the release of the key inflation figures, the first from the Bureau of Labour Statistics since President Trump fired its chief. Reminder that June inflation figures saw the biggest rise in 5 months. We also face another trade cliff edge deadline this week, this time with China. Beijing now has until Tuesday until its tariff truce with the US expires. Our stock of the day is Nvidia. The Financial Times reported that the company, alongside AMD, will give the US government 15% of its chip revenues from China. The unusual arrangement with the Trump administration is reportedly to obtain export licenses for the semiconductors. Unprecedented in modern corporate history, the deal risks unnerving both US companies and Beijing. And that's what you need to know this morning.